Hey, it's Sri here. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through how to navigate your way through a separation. In particular, one really important strategy that you've just got to understand in order to be able to move forward and actually get the outcome that you're really looking for. Now, before we dive in, I know that going through a separation is a really difficult thing, and it can be extremely challenging to navigate, not just from a behavioral perspective, but also from an emotional perspective. So if you're in a place where you're not really sure what to do moving forward, if you're really struggling and you're having a really hard time managing the situation with your husband, then I'd love to be of service to you. So all you need to do is in the description section below, just click on that link which says book a call with me. Just click on that link, choose a time that works for you, and then I'll contact you at the scheduled time, just so I can learn a little bit more about your situation, see if I can help you on this path and help you to move forward. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below and click on that bell notification as well, so every week you get access to my latest videos where I'll teach you specifics on how to actually save your marriage, how to heal from infidelity, and how to really learn more about male psychology as well, so that you can really get to the bottom of what's going on with your husband, especially in terms of his mindset, and really get to a place where you guys are able to move forward in a really positive way. Now, if you're going through a separation or a divorce, I know it can be really confusing. It can be really draining to try and figure out what on earth to do and how to actually go about it. You're probably getting all sorts of mixed messages with your husband. He might be living somewhere else, probably spending a whole heap of time with you, and then as soon as the kids go to bed, boom, he leaves and goes back to his place. You're wondering if he's actually with another woman. You're wondering if he's ever going to come back. But at the same time, you're probably confused because you really want to be with this man. You love this man. You've spent all this time with him, and suddenly he's displaying all of these really odd behaviors and not sure how to actually interpret it. Now, these are what I call the 20% behaviors. You see, there's a law called Paretos Law, and what it states is that in business and economic terms, 80% of your outcomes come from 20% of the causes or the products that you sell. Now, in a business and economic standpoint, this makes complete sense. However, we also need to make sure that we apply this in a relationship context as well. Because we're so caught up in these day-to-day behaviors and analyzing each and everything that he says, analyzing each behavior that he engages in, the mixed messages, the text messages, all of it. It's all easy to try and analyze. And what it does is it creates a huge amount of confusion on the inside. But what I really want to encourage you to do is focus on more of the 80%. Now, the 80% is our psychology, our emotional responses to the behaviors that we're actually on the receiving end of. The internal wounds that are going on inside of us so we can actually heal. And so really what I want to do in today's video is I want to explain to you 3 really important steps that you need to take in order to take control of the 80% so that you're able to get the outcome that you're looking for in terms of being able to get your husband back and really heal through these circumstances that you're facing right now. Now, the 3 things you need to focus on right now if you're going through a separation or you're on the receiving end of infidelity are as follows. First step, as I said, make sure you don't get caught up in the 20% lower level behaviors. It's so easy to try and analyze all of those things. It's so easy to get caught up in it on a day-to-day basis, and it is just going to drive you crazy. And that's not a criticism, that's for anyone. Even if I was in that situation and I was on the receiving end of infidelity or I was going through a separation of some sort, if I was analyzing every little type of behavior, it would mess me up. And that is not what is best for you. I want to make sure that you're healing through this and maximize your chances of being able to get your husband back. So we've got to make sure that we don't focus on those behaviors. I get it, I understand it. What we really want to be doing is taking step 2. What we have to do is we have to start regaining control of our emotions. We have to recognize that our emotions are something that is not done to us, but something that we do to ourselves. Now, some of you might be sitting there getting really triggered by what I'm having to say here. Now, I just want to be clear here. I'm not suggesting that if your husband has gone off and cheated on you, or he's being really mean and angry to you, that's suddenly your fault. Absolutely not. It's not your fault. It's not something that is, anything to do with you. However, Our reaction to those circumstances is something that we do to ourselves. See, if we've had a history of negativity, if we've had a history of depression or anxiety or whatever it is, those circumstances, whether it's him leaving, him wanting a divorce, your psychology, the way that you've been wired, is going to affect the way that you react to those circumstances. We need to take a more empowered approach. We need to recognize that the past doesn't actually have to equal the future. What we can do is actually look at those circumstances and actually really begin to truly heal on the inside and recognize that no matter what's going on the outside, we can actually react in whatever way that we choose to those circumstances. Now, once again, I know this is going to be a hard thing to digest on some level, but I want to give you an example just so you understand where I'm coming from here. Let's say you went to work and your boss says that he wants to give you a 10% pay rise. Now, you're going to be just blown away by that. You're going to feel absolutely ecstatic. You know, it's just recognition for all the hard work that you've put in and so on. So you're going to feel fantastic. Then you're driving along the freeway and someone just quickly cuts you off. Now, yes, it's going to annoy you. Yes, it's going to be frustrating. However, because you've had this great day and you've had all these positive experiences, it's not going to trigger you as much compared to if throughout the day you've just had emails pile up, you've just been buried with work, and you're so overwhelmed, and then you're driving along the freeway and someone cuts you off. It's going to be a completely different experience. We've got two exactly the same events, a car cutting across. However, the events prior to that are completely different. And the reaction to a car cutting you off is completely different. What's the difference though? It's our emotional state that we're in that moment. One example is you're in a really beautiful emotional state. You're excited, you're happy, everything's going well. Another one is you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed. And what emotional state you're in determines how you react to those circumstances. And this is what I mean by the 80%. Don't get caught up in the 20%. It's the 80% where the magic lies. And if you're able to heal from within, if you're able to take control of your emotions and recognize that you have the power to do that, then what's going to happen is your circumstances and the way in which you view your circumstances are going to change. And you're going to have access to greater decision making, greater emotional responses, and the other person is going to be triggered so much as well. So really make sure that you're focusing on the 80% behaviors and not the 20%. Which then leads me to point number 3, which is remembering that the greatest relationship that you have is the relationship with yourself. We are so caught up in society and looking for other people to fill us up. We're constantly looking for external validation, whether that's through social media or through our partner, whatever, whoever, it doesn't matter. We're so focused on the external making us feel good rather than developing a beautiful relationship with ourselves. And when we develop that beautiful relationship with ourselves, then what happens is that even if we are faced with really tough circumstances on the outside, they don't have as much of an impact on us on the inside. And we have a greater level of faith and trust, knowing that everything is ultimately going to be okay. We've got to create that healing on the inside first. That's where the magic lies. Once we start to create that healing on the inside and we have a beautiful relationship with ourselves, then something magical happens. Our physical reality starts to mirror what's actually going on the inside within us. So always, always build that relationship with you and develop that. And how do we do that? Well, we firstly have to make sure that we heal the deepest wounds inside of us, which are often wounds of inadequacy, abandonment, rejection, just feeling like you don't have much self-worth and so on. That's what we have to do. We've got to really go to the depths of who we are, understand what our core wounds are, and really get to a place where we really heal on the inside. Once you heal from the inside, like I say, that's where a lot of the magic happens. Now, how do we do that? Well, it's a great question. This is what I go through in depth in my Authentic Relationship System training program, which is an amazing program, which is geared towards helping you to be able to really engage in the 80% rather than the 20%, to really heal from within, to really create that deeper shift on the inside. And once you create that deeper shift on the inside, that's when a lot of the real magic starts to happen. That's where the transformation comes. And what I always find is when people start to shift on the inside, that's when their marriages start to shift. And that's where the magic really lies. So really make sure that you're focusing on that deeper level of healing on the inside. And so if this feels right for you, if you connect with my work and it resonates with you and you want to be a part of my program, then what I'd encourage you to do is in the description section below, just click on that link which says book a call with me. Just click on that link, choose a time that works for you, and then I'll contact you at the scheduled time just so I can learn a little bit more about your situation, really learn how we can help you on this journey and see if you're a really good fit for the program. The great thing is you'll also be able to connect in with some beautiful women who are also going through some tough times and be able to work together and be able to help each other through a really challenging time as well. Now, if you're not ready to speak to me yet, that's totally okay. What I encourage you to do is in the description section below, there's a link to register for my free masterclass training. That training is there to show you the 3 steps that my client Sarah used to be able to save her marriage from the brink of divorce. You'll absolutely love it. You'll learn some really, really key strategies and also hear from other women who've also had to go through a really difficult time in their marriage and how they've been able to create some massive shifts as well. So in the description section again, just click on that link which says register for the masterclass, choose a time that works for you, and just come along with a really open mind and make sure you stick around to the very end. I'll give you access to a free gift that I know you'll really like. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, make sure you hit the like button below. If you want to get more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And do let me know what your biggest takeaway is from this video as well. I always love hearing the comments and questions, and I'll make sure I respond to every single one of you. And if you want to learn why men give off mixed messages, just click this video above. And if you want to learn whether men regret losing a good woman, click this video above. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next video.